to machine embroider on t-shirt sleeves and pockets. To stitch on the t-shirt arm, remove the underarm seam so that you can lay the fabric flat in the hoop. To stitch a pocket, remove this pocket from the t-shirt. Since t-shirts are stretchy, it's easier to float them over the hoop when embroidering. If you are stitching sleeves near the collars or pockets, it may be impossible to hoop the t-shirt. Since the t-shirt's stretchy, I apply a sticky back stabilizer to the area that I'm going to embroider. This will help keep the t-shirt from stretching while you're stitching it. I like to use 2 layers of no-show mesh stabilizer for embroidering on t-shirts. I have the design loaded into my machine, and I will add a border basting box. Place your hoop in the machine and then place your item on top. Next, we want to get the design lined up the way you want it stitched on your garment. Use the target sticker or the lines to get this set in the right orientation. If you have a projection feature, you can just align your printout with the projection. Stitch the border basting box. This will hold my pocket in place so that it won't shift while I'm stitching. So next, we're going to stitch all the design steps. This design is fully stitched. My sleeve ready to be stitched. To help hold it in place, I'm going to use some spray adhesive and spray that on the back. I've turned my t-shirt inside out so that I can get this area laying flat across the hoop and be able to move the areas I don't want to stitch out of the way. I can align these stars with the design, and then I can start stitching the basting box. This design only has one color to stitch. I recommend that you monitor the stitching to ensure any fabric of your t-shirt doesn't get underneath while you're stitching. Okay, so I finished the stitching. First, I remove the basting stitches, and then I use my scissor to cut the mesh stabilizer close to the stitching and remove the sticky back stabilizer. Restitch the underarm seam or pocket. If you are stitching a seam, I recommend straight stitching on the original seam line and then zigzag or overlock stitch over the raw seam edges to finish them. If you have a serger, sew and overlock the seam with matching thread.